Howdy, folks. Welcome aboard the channel. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country, where I react to non-pop country music. At least as far as I know, it's absolutely has to be non-pop. If I start doing a reaction and it turns out to be pop, I'll turn it off, and then I let the person know who requested it that I need another option. So the folks on the channel are very knowledgeable. Elvis Barker, Who Should I Choose? And it's a gift request of David Baumer, who also sent me this hat of Baumer Halloween Bash Charities. So, David, thank you for this. David's in Ohio, and David knows his stuff when it comes to country, and he knows that I do primarily traditional country. I do bluegrass, western, folk, Cajun, and such, but who should I choose? Choose for what? Usually you think of in like a woman, like in a mate type of deal, but it really could be anything. Well, that's a pretty beginning. Thank you for this gift, David.
I remember not so long ago, a mom and dad who loved me so, and everything seemed perfect in our world. And then one day, out of the blue, they said, son, we must talk to you.
Uh-oh.
There's something that we think.
All right, mom and dad's getting divorced, and in a kid's mind, you got to choose which parent you're going to align yourself with. Is that what this is? Where this is going?
You should know. Sometimes true love dies, and mom and dad have to say goodbye.
Oh, shoot.
We hope you're old enough to understand.
You might understand, but you feel it.
And son, we know you love us both. Now there's something that we must know. It's time to choose the one you love the most.
That's how a kid sees
What
it.
should I do? Should I choose? If I choose my mom, my dad will think I don't love him anymore.
My parents got divorced when I was a teenager.
What should I do? Should I choose? If I choose my dad, my mom will think I don't love her anymore.
This is what traditional country does so well. Real life.
I wonder if they really see the burdens that they placed on me, or if they're blinded by their own desire. Lord knows the pain I'm going through, and if I had one wish
Confusion.
come true, it'd be for love to last forevermore.
People don't, confusion is painful. People don't categorize it that way, but once I pointed out, if you think about it a little bit, you realize, because our minds are wired for pattern recognition. And when your world is blown apart, your patterns are all blown apart, and you're still looking to put things in their boxes. And even in the context of the song, where choosing a parent, which one do I love more? Now, the parents didn't say it that way to the kid, but if they said, like, who do you want to live with? Normally, the parents will fight for the kids. I want the kids. No, I want the kids. And then you get into custody disputes and battles and stuff. And some of you folks have been through them either as a kid or as a divorcee. But it's painful because you can't make sense of things. And right there, he came up with a solution for himself. Like, I hope love wins out and maybe they decide to stay together. Maybe that's where the song goes when they see what the kid's been put through. But I'm putting this in the premarital counseling playlist too, David. This is one thing to sort of prepare yourself for that. Yeah, the honeymoon phase, everything is flowing just right. Your hormones, your feelings, your emotions are going to get married. This person I'm going to be with for my whole life. You don't realize until you live it. Like, experience is the greatest teacher. When you get into the situation and you're with the same person for a decade in the same dwelling, and you're going to have disputes and differences of maybe values or just preferences. And then you got to learn to talk with each other about it. But this is one of the things to prepare yourself for that could happen. It happens half the time. Yikes.
But what should I do?
Yeah, this is hard.
Should I choose? How can I make a choice like this when I have so much to lose? What should I do? Should I choose? Lord, help me so I'll never ask, who do
Love
you
the piano.
choose? How can I make a choice like this when I have so much to lose?
Yeah. That's just very, very real. I don't know the inspiration. Maybe Elvis wrote this and this was his true story. Not sure. Maybe someone else wrote it, but it's a lot of people's true stories. A lot of people focus on the fact that half of marriages end in divorce. And only a little more recently, I took the opposite tack and I said, I'm surprised that half the marriages make it, because marriage is a beautiful thing when it works. And living with one person your whole life, there's such advantages to it. And I'm divorced, and I know, but what I foresaw the way life goes. You go through some difficult times, but once you get through them, you can even laugh about the difficult times that you went through. You just get past it. You move on. But, I work with people who are getting divorced as a life coach is the term, but I really call it like a decision analyst. Like, if you're going to decide to get divorced, I'll lay out for you sort of some of the decisions, some of the perspectives you need to understand of what's going to happen. If you decide to stay with a person, I'll lay out for you what that would look like as well, given the dynamics at work. And each situation is unique. Wanting to get divorced because your spouse cheated versus wanting to get divorced because you're bored, those are two very different dynamics at work and very different considerations in what to consider moving forward. But in this story here, that's covered that sliver of life, David, that's like right on the nose. The way the kid perceives it is, you're asking me to choose which one I like better. And when the parents decide they're getting divorced, they're both in pain as well. And they're kind of consumed with that pain of losing them and the social implications, the financial implications of splitting, what it all means, that they can lose sight of the pressure that they're putting on the kids. And some parents will decide to stay together until the kids are out of high school or college or whatever, so that they're old enough to sort of, fend for themselves emotionally. But when parents divorce, it always blows the kids' worlds apart. Because now, for example, there are practical considerations. Who do I spend Christmas with? Who do I spend Thanksgiving with? How are we going to split this one up? Oh, dad's getting remarried. Oh, mom's getting remarried. How do I perceive this new person in my life that I never thought was coming down the pike? I thought it was just going to be mom and dad. But at least half the kids in the country have dealt with this, they're the offspring of divorced parents. And I don't judge anybody for getting divorced if they do. I think it's better to stay together and try working through it, but not everything is reconcilable. But David, good God, you got me going on this one. I loved Elvis's voice. As far as the song goes, I don't know who produced this one, but I really like the arrangement of instruments in this, even like the piano coming in like right at the end of guitar notes. I like the way Elvis sang it. I don't know what Elvis did with his career. I don't know where it went, where he's at. I don't do the research on that. I let you guys provide me with that. I do the reactions, and you can provide the research and information in the comments, and we read them. So I'm going to rate this song. I got to go with the number that popped into my head immediately, and it was a 9.8. That was a genuine country song. I don't know when it came out even. Genuine country song right there. So 9.8, and it's going in the premarital counseling playlist just to let people know what might be coming down the pike if they don't mind their P's and Q's. So there you go. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.
But what should I do? Should I choose? If I choose my mom, my dad will think I don't love